The last thing you want to hear when you need your auto insurance most is a robot with countless irrelevant menu options. Which is why with USAA Auto Insurance, you'll get great service that is easy and reliable, all at the touch of a button. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply.
USAA.
Hilton brings you new ways to stay. With experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
Hello, everyone. It's time for Vanishing Island Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanis. This is episode 428, season 18. Today's date is April 27, 2025, and welcome to the show. On today's program, I'm going to talk about the Z-Force roller coaster that was at Six Flags Great America up in Gurnee, Illinois. I'll talk about when it started and its what happened to it after that. It was very short-lived. Also, I'll read off a menu from a Greek restaurant that is totally forgotten, that was located in Greektown in Chicago. It was called the Courtyards of Plaka. So I will have a menu, and I'll read off that. And that's from the late 70s. So that's kind of cool. Right now, the program will go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Maybelline Kissing Potion. It's a lip gloss. And this commercial is from 77, 78, late 70s. And it features a very famous movie actress. And I'll tell you who it is. She doesn't, I don't think she speaks in the commercial. No. But if she does, I apologize. But I'll tell you who it is after the commercial. So sit back and relax, and I'll be right back with the show, folks. Thank you.
Now, for great kisses, Maybelline introduces Fresh and Lovely Kissing Potion, flavored roll-on lip gloss. Shines up lips or lipstick. Outshines pot gloss and stick gloss by a smile. No color, just a kiss of flavor. Strawberry, mint, cola, 6 flavors so delicious. Share it with a friend.
Hello, fresh face.
That's you with a little help from Maybelline. Fresh and Lovely Kissing Potion. Fine makeup sensibly priced.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Maybelline Kissing Potion. Excuse me. The full title is Fresh and Lovely Kissing Potion. This was introduced probably in the mid-1970s. The commercial is from like 77, 78 or something like that. I remember this commercial very well. When I was a kid in the 1970s, they showed this in prime time, daytime, of course. And lip gloss was getting very popular among teenagers and young women. Before that, you just had lipstick. Lipsticks are on. So it came in a lot of flavors, and it was strawberry swirl, mighty mint, crazy cola, cherry smash, cinnamon stick, and fruit flip. And later on, there were other flavors like candy cane. They lasted until the 1980s. Then it just disappeared. I checked online to see if they still make this. They sort of do, but I don't think Maybelline does it. No, it's probably another company. The woman that's in the commercial, I was right. She doesn't speak in the commercial. That's none other than actress Kim Basinger, very famous actress. You remember her from Batman, from 1989. She was in L.A. Confidential, but she was in a TV show in 1975. It was called Dog and Cat. And I remember that. It was for 1 year. You could find it on YouTube if you can find episodes. And so she became a great, very famous in the movies. And I remember the first movie I saw her was The Man Who Loved Women with Burt Reynolds. And I saw the movie in Fort City East on the South Side in the theater. So I remember this product. Yeah, they advertised a lot of, Maybelline did a lot of advertising, and, a lot of girls and women, bought all the stuff, mascara, eyeshadow, blush, all kinds of things, lipstick. So Maybelline's still around. Okay. All right. At the beginning of the program, I mentioned I'm going to talk about the roller coaster Z-Force that was located at Six Flags Great America up in Gurnee, Illinois. Also, I'll read off a menu, from a restaurant that was located at Greektown, the Courtyards of Plaka. Before I get started, I'll mention a couple things. My health status now. I went to my PET scan last Thursday. I do have the results, but I'm not going to say anything yet. I want to talk because I'm going to go see the oncologist Tuesday. I want to see what he says. And when I received him, it looked different than the previous one. It's sort of good news and bad news. It's not too much bad news in a way. I don't want to spoil anything because I'm not exactly sure. So starting Monday, I'm going to start a new chemotherapy drug. The first one did not work. It worked for a while, then it didn't get rid of the cancer in my pelvis area. So we're going to try a stronger one, less side effects. I'm probably going to be tired, but I won't be crazy. So I would go the same way, probably 10 sessions, maybe less. It depends. Every 3 weeks. Okay. So I'm going to start Monday, which is tomorrow, and then probably get some blood work and then that. And then I will see the doctor Tuesday and see what he says. And if it's what I'm hoping it is, then I will let everyone know what's going on. Okay. Because I don't want to get my hopes up or, let the cat out of the bag like that. One last thing. Last night I went to, they have this every year. It's the unofficial Bogan High School reunion. All classes are invited. I've been going every year for a long time, and I always look forward to it. I see people from my class, and I graduated from 1981. I see people older than me, younger than me. I see the same, and they say hello. I had a great time talking. And people come up to me. They ask how my health is. They're all concerned. They're very kind. And, I met a classmate that I never met before. We lived on the same block at my old neighborhood. I've heard of him, but I never met him in person until last night. And we sat down and talked for a while. And then he had to leave. So that was kind of fun. And then I'm running down all the kids that you remember from school. So that was kind of cool like that. So it was nice. And then I met others, They had pizza. I had some, I didn't drink. I only drank water, But I was tired at the end. So I left about after 10 because I have fatigue and I got to go lie down. So, but the party, a lot of people left early and it was a lot of fun. They had music, it was a great time. There are photos up. If you're on Facebook, the photos are up. You could there's pictures of me and other people, and it was kind of nice. And I also have a picture of me and Dan that I met. So it's on my profile. You can see it. And I put it in the Bogan group, our class of 1981. Yeah. So that's, it was fun. I'm looking forward to next year. Okay. So now let's get started. We're going to talk about the Z-Force roller coaster. Okay. So this opened in 1985, right about 40 years ago. Yeah. And it was called the Z-Force. It's like Z-Force. And it was a, let's see what we got here. Okay. So, yeah, that opened about May 1985, and it was the first ever space diver model. And it did like diving swoops, it would go all around and all that. It was about 75 feet high, and pretty much a standard roller coaster like that. And they advertised it on TV a lot. So, let's see. So, yeah, I remember that. I'm going to play a commercial right after I'm done. I have the commercial. If I don't, then I'll take a break. But I do have it. And so it was kind of blue. The color was blue, and it looked pretty cool like that. I never rode it. No, I never went to Six Flags during the 80s. The first time I went was 1980. That's when the Demon was introduced, and it was my first roller coaster. And that was nice. I had my eyes closed. I was scared. And I didn't have my glasses on. I gave it to some kid, to hold on. Oh, and thank God he gave them back to me. So I didn't really see anything, but I experienced it. It was great. It was a nice ride. Then the second time, I've said this before, I went in 98 and I rode the Demon again. Yeah, I read it again and had my glasses off and rode it, but I was much older then. That was fun. And that was it. That was the only roller coaster I ever rode. I never rode anything else. No. I did go to Great America last year because I was doing a podcast episode. And I wanted to look around to see what rides were there, what rides were gone in a way. So I went through the whole park. I walked. It was very warm that day. I went in August or something or July or August. And it was a great experience. It was a lot of fun. It really was. Now, the Z-Force, that only lasted about 2 years. Then it moved over to Six Flags over Georgia from 1988 to 1991. The Z-Force at Great America in Gurnee later the site was the Iron Wolf, and that was a stand-up roller coaster, and that was there since in the 90s, and that was a popular roller coaster back then. So the one that the Z-Force moved to Six Flags in Georgia, and there was, it, according to most people, it caused a lot of injuries. Like they hurt their necks or their backs or stuff like that. Because it was so strong. It was like this, and then according to online, there was a young 11-year-old boy from Alabama, and he rode the Z-Force in Georgia, and he became unconscious, and then they performed CPR and he passed away. Which is so sad, But they did an autopsy, but they couldn't pinpoint the cause of death. So I don't know if that was the Z-Force that caused that, or maybe he had a pre-existing condition. We don't know. So it was only there for 3 years. Then it moved to Magic Mountain in California, and when it was relocated, they renamed it from Z-Force to Flashback, and that opened in 1992, and it was there for a long time. And it was not a pleasant ride from there. So there were too many complaints like that. And then it just lasted so it was closed from 2003 until 2007. So it was removed. But they were going to rebuild it, but it didn't happen. So, so that's what was memorable about that, this ride. Okay. So, but I remember the commercials that advertised for Z-Force right in the 80s, and they put so much fanfare on this ride, and it did work. A lot of people went for the grand opening. They waited in line. They rode this thing. Some people loved it. Some people didn't like it. Like that. So, okay. Let's see what we got here. So I'm going to play a commercial. Let me find it for you. Just a moment, please. Yeah, this is from 1985, and this is advertised for the Z-Force roller coaster at Six Flags Great America in Gurnee, Illinois. So after the commercial, I'm going to read off a menu from the Greek restaurant, Courtyards of Plaka, that was located in Greektown in Chicago on Halstead Street. So sit back and relax. Let's go back to the 80s. Fun time for the Z-Force roller coaster. And I'll be right back, folks. Thank you.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Llévate más de lo que esperas todos los días con el nuevo McValue en McDonald's. Ahora puedes comprar uno y sumarle otro por $1. Así que cuando tu equipo favorito enfrente a sus rivales, enfrenta tus antojos con $5 Meal Deals. Y si estás corriendo para alcanzar el desayuno, corre al app para llevarte ofertas antes del cutoff. Tú decides, y con McValue, tu decisión siempre rinde más. Precios y participación pueden variar. BOGO $1 válido para un producto de igual o menor valor. Debe estar registrado en Rewards para ofertas en el app.
The Force is here. The ultimate Force. The world's first and only Z-Coaster. Designed to turn and twist and dive like no other force on Earth. Come ride the Z-Force, only at Six Flags Great America.
Okay, everyone, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Z-Force. That was from 1985. That was located at Six Flags Great America in Gurnee, Illinois. A couple of things I want to mention before I start with the menu of Courtyards of Plaka. If you go on YouTube, you do find the commercial. Also, there's a segment from Channel 2 WBBM that featured Bob Wallace. Do you remember? A lot of people remember him. He was a reporter, and he rode Z-Force. And I watched it right before I went to the party, and it was hilarious. And he was a good sport. And I don't know if he liked it or not, I guess. But if you have a chance, you can watch it, and it was very interesting. Like that. Also, I talked to, on Channel 9, Marcus O'Shaugh. He's a big roller coaster fan. I never had the opportunity to ask him about Z-Force. I'm sure he knows about it, but he was very young when it was introduced, But if it was still around, I'm sure he would ride it. Oh, guaranteed. No. Oh, yes. He makes me laugh. He's a great guy. Yeah. So, but there's a new roller coaster coming up in May. It's the Wrath of Rakshasa. I can't pronounce it. That's coming up very soon. And it's grand opening, and he will be there, from what I've been told. As for me, I don't know if I can come. First of all, I have chemo and I have problems, so it's a little hard. But I'm looking forward for him to, do reports and all that. This will be very exciting for him and for fans. Okay. All right. Now we go back to Greektown, and I will read off a menu from the Greek restaurant, the Courtyards of Plaka. Yeah. So this restaurant was located at 340 South Halstead Street in Greektown in Chicago. This opened about 78, 79. According to the menu I have, it is from 78. And that lasted throughout the 80s and the 90s. And in 1996, it closed. I don't know why. Maybe the owner died or wasn't doing very good business. I don't know. I don't even know who owned it. I have no idea. And I've never been there myself. So, but I've heard of it from other people. According to people that I knew from my church or, parties, baptisms, weddings, they said it was a pretty good place. And the decor was just like Plaka. That's a neighborhood in Athens. And I've been there. Yes, I've been there in 1979. My mom's aunt, believe it or not, she's still alive. She's over 100, and she's wonderful. Oh, I love her so much. And my mom talks to her once in a while, and she lived at Plaka at the time, and we stayed there. It's a very narrow neighborhood. All the houses are tiny and like tight. And I don't think any cars go through, not really, but it's a very popular neighborhood. They had like unique stores, great restaurants. My brother's been there not too long ago, but for me, I just been there once, and it's a very unique neighborhood. It's beautiful like that. So, sorry if you're ever in Athens, and someday maybe I will go. I like to see it again. It's very, it's great. It's very popular with young people. It's very yuppie stuff. It's just a great place to hang out. So, because Athens is a very fascinating city. It's great. It's really nice. When you go outside, it's gorgeous. Anyway, so the menu, which I found it, and I'm going to read off of it right now. Okay, let's see what we got. All right, so let's see what we have here. I'll be right with you. Here we go. So they had sandwiches there for lunch. They had the gyro kebab. So that's like gyros, like in on a shish kebab like that. Then they have souvlaki kebab. That's marinated pork. And you put vegetables maybe on, if you have mushrooms, peppers, tomatoes, like that. And let's see, they served burgers at the time, but they got rid of it. But they changed the menu like that. Okay, so let's see. Now, let me get there. Let me get to the dinner. Hold on, please. Okay, just a minute. Here we go. I'm having a tough time with this. Just a moment. Okay, here we go. I'll get it right now. Okay, here we go. We got appetizers. They had saganaki, of course. That's a flaming cheese. That's when you go to a Greek restaurant, they bring out the saganaki, they pour the lemon with the liquor, like that. I love it. They had tiropitas. Those are cheese puffs. My mom makes those. They're good. They're like triangular, and stuff with feta and with phyllo. Shrimp cocktail, Greek feta cheese, if you want on the side, Greek Kalamata olives. I don't like olives. People yell at me, why don't you like them? I don't like them. They had soups. They had soup avrolemino, which is egg lemon soup. Horto soupa, that's like vegetable soup. Like that. They had Greek salad, Athenian Greek salad, feta cheese, Greek olive, anchovies, and that. Courtyards salata, that's like tomatoes, Greek cheese, Greek olives, anchovies. So it's like village salad. Courtyards. So it's like cordial. They had, low-calorie fruit salad, if you like. Let's see what else they got. Okay. Suggestions, they have moussaka. That's like it's like lasagna, like eggplant parmesan, but it's not no parmesan in it. So it's like layers of beef with baked eggplant with beef. It's very good. Pasticho, that's like Greek lasagna. But it's wonderful. My mom makes that. Stifado, which incidentally, I'm going to have that for dinner tonight. And it's beef stew, with onions and, beef. They have dolmades, that's stuffed grape leaves. Okay. They had the Euro special. There's a menu item called piccalilla. Piccalilla means variety. So you have a combination of your favorite foods all in one plate, like that. Okay. Fried young steer liver. If you like liver, a lot of people don't. I do. I like beef liver. Served with onions. That goes together. They have roast top sirloin of beef. They didn't just have Greek food. They just had that. So, this is an early menu. So I think it changed over the years. They probably got rid of all that stuff, and just focus on just Greek cuisine like that. So the side dishes they had were either, rice pilaf, it's rice, French fried potatoes, fresh Greek bread. They bring it on your table. Who loves bread? I love bread. I was raised on bread. I don't listen to those people that don't eat it. You don't know what they're missing. You do this for health reasons, but all right, fine. All right. So also they have seafood. Psari salonica, that is baked fish. And it's like fillet of fish smothered with a fresh garden vegetable. This is psari spestos. It's like baked fish. Same thing. Wine sauce. Pan-broiled whole trout. It might have a few bones in it, so you got to be very careful to eat it. You don't want to get stuck in your throat. They have broiled lobster tails, graditas with salsa. That is shrimp in wine sauce. I'm not a big shrimp fan. I like shrimp. I like jumbo shrimp or coconut shrimp. But, also they had shrimp kebabs. They had that fried shrimp, with cocktail sauce, if you like. Broiled red snapper. We know that. Fisherman's platter. That's like shrimp, oysters, scallops, flounder, served with tartar sauce or cocktail sauce, which I like. Crab legs. These are Alaskan crab legs. Golden fried perch fillets. I like perch. I really do. It's a very light fish. I'm not a big fish fan, but there are a couple types of fish I do like. But I wouldn't order in a restaurant. Not me. I'm a steak person. They have lobster. Also, calamaracia mecrasi. So that is squid. They serve octopus and squid in wine sauce. They do. Yeah, they do that. Okay, they also had steaks there, brizolis. That is broiled lamb chops, which I had for Easter, Greek style, with lemon and oregano, served with rice pilaf. Okay. They had souvlaki, shish kebab, which was one of my favorites. Now, here's my favorite part. They had baklava. My mom hasn't made it in years, but it's layers of phyllo and walnuts and honey. It's delicious. It really is. It's like strudel in a way. So it's so any person knows baklava, of course. Also, they had risogalo. I can't remember. That is rice pudding, which I love. I love rice pudding. It is delicious. Yes, ice cream and sherbet and all that. Now, let's see. What else? Did I miss anything? They had drinks there. I'm sure they had wine. Let's see what we got here. Beverages. They had, Coke, Sprite, Tab. Tab is gone. Greek coffee, milk, juice. I'm sure they had wine, mostly Greek wine. They had that. Not a big fan of Greek wine. I'm not a wine drinker, really. I don't know what it is. I like, for alcohol, I drink beer. Maybe Greek beer once in a blue moon, but I got to be careful these days. But I like that. I don't know. I don't like American beer. I don't know what it is. I just don't care for it. No, thanks. So, yeah, so that's it. So that's the Courtyards of Plaka, and that's the menu that I read off from. Yeah. So, like I said before, it closed in 1996, and it replaced by Costas. And that was in business for quite a long time, but that closed as well. So that's gone, too. I think they had a fire there, I believe. Yeah. Maybe I'll talk about that restaurant someday. And hopefully I can find a menu. I hope so. Because Costas, I think, had another location in Oakbrook, I believe. I think so. Yeah. All right. So that's it. So that's it for this show. I will do a recap of what I talked about. I talked about the Z-Force roller coaster that was introduced about 40 years ago, around this time. That was located at Six Flags Great America in Gurnee, Illinois, and only lasted for about a couple of years. And then I read off a menu from the Courtyards of Plaka that was located in Greektown, Chicago. And the address was at 340 South Halsted Street. Okay. This podcast will be published. This podcast will be published later on today, wherever podcasts are available or found. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Breaker, Overcast, iHeartRadio, whatever apps you have. Good Pods, Podbean. If you have those apps and you do follow them, tap follow. You will receive a notification of the latest episode. You can listen to previous episodes if you wish. Also be published on my blog, www.vanchicagoland.blog. You can click on the link. It'll take you right there to listen. You can listen to on your computer, your tablet, your phone, or if you have Spotify, you can stream it on your TV. You can listen if you'd like. Also in your car. If you have CarPlay or if you have access to apps in your car, you can listen while you're driving. Also, it will be published on my YouTube channel, Van Chicagoland Stories. And again, people ask me, where do I find your podcast? Where do I find your podcast? You can find it on YouTube. Do a search. Type in Van Chicagoland Stories or Pico Sanas, my name. Click subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. You can listen to the latest episodes. You will receive a notification. And you can listen to previous episodes. They're all there. If you like, if you have time to scroll through and search. Also be shared on my social media accounts, Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Reddit, Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. And they'll all have the link and you can copy it. And if you have trouble with that, just the easiest way is YouTube. You can, but on Facebook or X, you can use your mouse and tap on it, and the link will take you right there. Okay. So this is Pico Sanas, your host of Van Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me. I had a great time today. It looked like a nice day. Yesterday was freezing. It was cold. I don't know if I'll do another podcast. No, I don't think I will. I don't have time Tuesday because I'm going to go see the doctor. And I have couple things to do. So it'll probably be next weekend. I'll do another podcast episode. I apologize for that. All right, so this is Pico Sanas, your host for Van Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me. Have a great Sunday. And here's bye-bye for me. And here's a little traveling music from a Chicago legend and one of our favorite people of all time, Ray Rayner, saying bye-bye-bye with a little traveling music. Take care, everyone, and so long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.